Okay, yeah.
Can they hear me, or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, I guess. I know you can't see me, but, we can't see you, but welcome to this regular meeting of the Swanton Village Board of Trustees for Monday, March 22nd, 2021. And our first order of business is to have the Pledge of Allegiance. Bear with us or join in. We'll be just a sec.
It's up right straight ahead. Right there in front. Right there by the TV.
Okay, right here.
Yep.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Next item, the agenda review. Anybody have any revisions to the printed agenda here?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Public comment. Is there anybody on the screen that wants to say anything? Or?
I think Betty's going to go later in the executive session, and Tim's in agenda 5.
Okay, good enough. So I guess we're on number 5.
Yep.
Tim Smith is up. Welcome, Tim, representing the Franklin County Industrial Development Corporation, and he's going to give us an update tonight. Welcome to Swanton, Tim.
Thank you, Neil. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. Thank you for making time. Just wanted to, I'm doing my reach out to the select boards and trustees around the county. Just wanted to touch base. Give you a quick overview and then see if anyone has any questions. Probably the number one issue that we're seeing is the difficulty of employers trying to find, can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. The difficulty of employers trying to find help. And I can share with Reg after that he can distribute, but we received when we got announcement of the Mylan printing division preparing to close in August, the Department of Labor did a rapid response and they sent out a list of all the local manufacturers looking to hire and what the vacant jobs are. And I would guess that there's easily about 75 jobs on that, and we didn't even have the whole list of county manufacturers. I'll send Reg that list so he can share it. We've also received information from other manufacturers who have said they've had to shut down lines because they can't find help. We received an email from a company down in the Georgia Arrowhead Industrial Park that they are desperately looking for help. Now, keep in mind, many of these pay, some might start at 14, some might start at 17. They may go as high as $22 an hour with benefits, and they just cannot find help. And I think two things come into play there. One is that many of them do a drug test, and many of them have marijuana in their system. So that's one issue. I think I heard, because we rent space here in our office to a temporary employment service called Cortec, and they said for one of their employers, they're about 40% failure rate when it comes to passing a drug test. And many people might say, well, it's legal in Vermont. And I guess in many circles, it's thought to be that, but in the business world, it's still being tested as a drug. And even on the federal front, when you're dealing with global organizations like Barry Callebaut and Ben and Jerry's and others, Mylan, it's not acceptable. So that's one issue. The other one probably is the one that's probably the most frustrating, and that is the federal government adding employment benefits to those who are unemployed. So I think the new $1 trillion aid package has another $300 on top of the state unemployment. And only to add to that, the frustration. So there's a lot of discussion relative to the unemployment insurance fund, which is not quite exhausted, but it's taken a strong hit during the pandemic. Senator Kasha Ram from Chittenden County felt the need to add an additional benefit for those unemployed. And that additional benefit is for everyone who's unemployed and for each dependent that you have at home, you will receive an additional $50 per dependent per week while you're on unemployment. So that, if you look at current scenario, that total would come to between 14 and $21 million that businesses would be covering if this legislation is passed. It's not passed yet. There's a lot of pushback on it, not only for that one, but also for the impact to business. So currently businesses pay about $50 a year on unemployment per employee. This new bill would push that to $189 per employee. So if you take someone like Vermont Precision Tools, 250 employees, that's whatever that would be. That might be a $50,000 hit to Vermont Precision Tools or thereabouts. So that's the other one. I've sent emails in that list of vacancies off to Congressman Welch, educate him about the fact. Connie here in my office shared a small business story about a woman who owns a pine cone up in Richford or Berkshire, is calling around trying to find help. Can't find a cook, can't find waitresses or servers. So it's really become an issue which is crucial to our economy for sure, and any future growth. So that's probably one of the more frustrating things. We're coming out of the COVID, we hope, and you're trying to help business to get back on their feet, and we initiate legislation like this, and it got, just so people know, it got voted out of the committee, which is the Senate Economic Development and Housing, I think. Got voted out of that 4-1, and the dissenting vote was Randy Brock. So Randy gets it, but the others, and businesses have really, it seems like they've really come together because the pushback has been substantial, where the Senate has postponed taking up this bill. Something needs to be done regarding the unemployment fund, but adding $50 of benefit per dependent is not the way to go. People can make more than they could working by sitting at home. So it's very frustrating. Going back to Mylan, once again, we were told that they're looking at an August timeframe. There could be a silver lining in that, not that you want to lose those jobs from Mylan, but that frees up space that potentially could be accessed by other business. Probably over the last 9 months, we've had 8 or 9 inquiries for space, of which there is none. The 2 exceptions to that, which one is a very tough discussion to have, and that is a former Habitat for Humanity site. The state of Vermont is very hesitant to lease that unless you have unless you're doing direct business with the airport. So that's a tough one to fill. And then the other one is there's an agreement and discussions going on regarding the old Vermont brick. I understand both of these obviously are in Highgate, but these are the only vacant buildings that we have to speak of. So Other activities where we continue to share our information regarding other programs. There's still more programs coming down the pike. The legislature is working through those now. I don't know, maybe Reg knows more than I, but it's going to be interesting to see where this municipal money is what the impacts of that is going to be. So from what I understand, each town has an amount allocated to them. And then there's a county amount that is also allocated. The difference for us is that we don't have a county government, so that money will then be dispersed among it's $9 million, I believe, and that money will be dispersed throughout the towns. So there'll be another chunk of money for communities as well on top of the original amount. I think I had, I was told that county money could be twice the amount of the initial municipal money. So a lot of opportunity for infrastructure projects and other projects relative to business. So why don't I stop there? See if anyone has any questions.
I think, Tim, when we had the conversation the other night at the Highgate Airport meeting, I think Swanton was getting 650,000.
And I think they get another times that by 3.
Okay.
I think that's what Catherine and I were talking about. I thought when you got on, Reg, you were going to say, we couldn't hear any of that. Could you repeat it? Yeah, so I think the city of St. Albans is going to get 2 million. If the calculations all hold true, I think Swanton will get close to that. You know, towns like, I think I saw Sheldon, 120,000 times 3, so 360,000. It's sort of unfathomable as to the amount of money that's being passed around.
Yeah, grandkids are going to be paying for this one.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you know, the city of St. Albans would have been fine without it. We'll find a use for it, no doubt, but I think there's a lot of communities that would have survived without it, but.
Go ahead, Adam, ask your question.
Tim, do you know if Swanton Town and Swanton Village will get an apportioned amount, or will we split it?
Yeah, Adam, I've been looking at that. The village is not on the initial list of all and I think Reg, did you see that?
I have not seen the list.
I can send you the spreadsheet, but it does not have Swanton Village on that. So that's, I was curious, and the same up in Enosburg, the town has the money, the village is not even listed on the list. So I don't know how that's going to be handled, Adam.
I just find that interesting with the amount of money they're throwing around, you know.
How is it apportioned between St. Albans Town and St. Albans City?
Did you catch that question?
I didn't hear that.
How is it apportioned between St. Albans City and St. Albans Town?
But I had this conversation with Elizabeth, a little bit different in that, you know, two separate municipalities. I mean, we're not interconnected with a tax rate like village and town are, right? I mean, so we're 2 separate entities altogether, but the town, I think we're at 670 and the town's at 640,000 times 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you would start that discussion, Adam. You know, is that a Congressman Welch discussion? Is that, you know, is that something with the legislature?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be discussed. I mean, you know, you can't leave a muni out, even if it's incorporated inside of town.
And the interesting piece is, you know, there's 4 criterias, one for businesses, I can't remember them all, but one for business that was affected by the pandemic, one's to be utilized for infrastructure. And when you consider that the village has the infrastructure, right, between the power and the water and sewer,
Right.
you think you would be included in that discussion for sure.
Yeah.
Is that list final?
Um, I wouldn't say it's final, but it's vague. I think there's a lot of, there needs to be a lot of points inserted in it to get it over the finish line is sort of my understanding.
Yeah. So there still may be time. There still may be time for.
Yeah, I think so.
Swan Village to get on.
Yeah, I think starting with Welch's office might be a good start.
Mhm.
And then you saw the other piece with Welch. He can have up to 10, right? 10 $1 million projects within his district. So 10 communities can apply and he can throw another $1 million at it per community. So that's a totally separate, different pot of money.
Yeah. That would help Highgate tremendously.
Yeah. So those are, you know, the jobs. I've said it. I don't want to take that told you so point of view, but workforce is going to be the issue for the next decade for sure, until we figure out, you know, what are we going to do to educate our graduating high school kids about the opportunities, getting in the workforce development. It's going to be, I would hesitate to say this too loudly, but you may see some plants close and take their business elsewhere. I mean, if we can't supply help, if we can't supply manpower to run their operation, like I said, we already got word of one that had to shut down lines. They have a sister plant out west. They could very easily pack up and expand out there if they in turn also have the manpower. But the number one, we hear it every day. Can't find help. No one wants to work. Can't get people to show up. They get paid more for sitting at home. No, I mean, we hear it constantly.
How is the expanded minimum wage going to affect this?
It's probably going to hurt Main Street more than industrial parks. You know, if you look at, and what I don't know is what that adjustment's going to look like. I mean, if you've worked at, let's say, Ben and Jerry's, and you're making 17, and you got some guy coming off the street making 15, is my expectation is my 17 now becomes 21. You know, what's that adjustment all the way through your pay scale, and what are the impacts of that? What are they going to be in terms of that $15 an hour affecting manufacturing? Probably not much, only because so many are above that 15 to begin with. You know, Ben and Jerry's starts at 18. Barry Callebaut starts at 17. I think Monica's at 15 already. So from that perspective, but it's that small business, you know, it's at, you know, the coffee shop and retail, small retail. I think those are the ones that will be hit a little bit harder, the convenience stores, that type of stuff.
Just seems like we're shooting ourselves in the foot time and time again.
No, I think I agree with you. You know, Perigo, this isn't a secret to anyone, but Perigo is going through the permitting process with hopes of building a brand new facility. I mean, they're not refurbishing anything. They are they are constructing a brand new facility away from the existing one on the same property, but it's not an expansion or an addition. It's a totally separate building.
Wow.
And that investment is $310 million.
Wow.
And the catch to that is they will tell you that this will not create many jobs. They're focused on automation. They're focused on, maintaining the same level of employment they have now, increasing production, but doing it by automation, not by manpower. So they're positioning themselves to sort of for the long haul, and with the expectation that help is not going to be easy to come by. So
Almost a good plan.
yeah. And I don't want, I'm sitting here thinking, boy, I'm starting to sound like a pessimist, but what I share is what we hear every day. Talk to anyone who owns a business. Doesn't matter if it's a contractor, a manufacturer, parts store, whatever. I'm sure most people will tell you that can't find people to show up and can't find people to apply, much less. Betty looks like she's talking.
She's muted.
Betty, you're muted.
Move your cursor and you'll see it. It'll come up on the bottom. Should be bottom right or left, rather.
There you go.
I think I got it. I was just asking Tim if that's a nationwide problem or just a Vermont problem.
That's a good question. I'm not as active on the nationwide front as I used to be. I think it is in many parts of the country. I don't have specific examples, but I do, articles that I've read and whatnot. I think it's still an issue. And part of it is that unemployment benefit makes it so easy not to work. And that's
Right.
nationwide, obviously. So,
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
yeah. Any other questions?
Thanks for the good news, Tim.
You didn't make me feel real good.
I guess I would ask Chris if he sees the same thing.
Say that again.
I guess I would ask Chris if he sees the same thing. That is Chris in the yellow shirt, right?
Yeah, Chris Leach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you summed it up pretty well. Yes, what I see and read, and my friends are in New England and around the country say exactly what you're saying. There's no incentive for people to go to work. The government keeps giving them giveaways.
Okay.
No, I appreciate your input.
Post attendee.
Kick you off?
Yeah,
I can see you still.
okay. I'm glad. I can't tell whether I'm muting or not. It said, bad internet connection, and then it went
Okay.
to this.
Yeah, something's not right today.
There. It's good.
Reg, if you need help with that technology, when we get done here, I can bring my 12-year-old kid out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, I still love you, Tim. I don't care.
I won't do you any good, but he can help possibly.
Please and thank you.
Anything else, folks?
Oh,
Well, thanks for making time. Always a pleasure. Hopefully next time we can do this in person. Sounds like we're getting there, but
yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Neil.
Finally. You heard me the other night at the Highgate meeting, didn't you, Tim?
Yes, I did, Neil. I didn't mention the Highgate plan because you guys are so well versed on it, so.
Yeah, so. Okay, I guess we're all set with Tim. Is there any more questions? So, okay, well, thanks, Tim. You can hang in there and listen to the rest of our boring meeting if you want, but
I'll hang around for a little bit. I gotta,
we've got a pretty light agenda this evening. That's good, I guess.
that's
So,
always good.
so thanks anyway, Tim. And next item on the agenda is to approve and accept the minutes from, I'm going to take this thing off. Approve and accept the minutes from Monday, March 8th, 2021. You've all seen the minutes, so what's your pleasure?
I'll move that they be approved as written.
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded to approve and accept the minutes from our Monday, March 8th meeting. Any discussion? Nope. If not, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion's carried. Item number 7, approve and accept the village warrants through Friday, March 19th, 2021. I have a copy of those in your packet. What's your pleasure on the warrants?
I would move to approve the warrants 23 through 28.
And I'll second.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded to approve and accept the warrants through March 19th. Any questions? No
No.
questions. All
No
right.
questions at all?
If not, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that motion is carried to approve and accept the warrants, so. Item number 8, any other necessary business? Adam has necessary business.
Yes. The good weather is here. Lots of people are out walking, biking, and we've got a crap ton of speeders in the village. I'm being polite when I say crap ton. Please slow down. Don't want to get into a situation where somebody does something stupid and somebody gets hurt. Please be aware of the people on the road, on the sidewalks even. Please be aware. It's absolutely insane right now. People need to use a little common sense out there. Thank you.
Anybody else? Chris?
Just a couple of quick questions. Do we have, are we doing leaf pickup yet? What dates does that start? People are out raking their lawns.
Should be soon.
You soon.
Should
Pretty
be,
soon?
yeah, I mean, if they put them out there, we'll start, as soon as we start seeing it by the roadside, we start picking.
Okay, do we have bags available?
We probably still have some left over, but I don't know about our stock yet. I mean, it's unusual that you got the second week of March and it's this warm, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, this is early.
This is too early.
And I wondered if, I mean, the police chief has been wonderful with our COVID updates almost daily. How about our police reports again?
I haven't seen one lately.
Yeah, maybe once a week.
Okay, I'll ask him. I know he's been in, his father-in-law passed away, so he's been in Florida helping his mother-in-law with stuff.
One of the office guys was doing it in the past, I
I
think.
think Don was doing it.
Donald, yeah, Don Gilbert.
Okay, I'll ask him.
And is there an update on the dam licensing? We have all those letters, I see.
Yeah, they're supposed to be starting back up now, now the weather's broke, so they're gonna, just start doing their studies again. I mean, you saw the letter that I sent out from the agencies,
Yeah,
so he's gonna start going after that one now.
okay. But it's not delayed.
No,
We're still next year,
well, it's 2024 when the license is due.
2024.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just ahead of it.
And I wanted to comment on the street sweeper. That seems to be looking pretty good where they've done it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep,
that was with the
Looks good.
Bobcat.
Yep,
looks good.
very good.
yep. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have anything to say?
No.
I'd like to just mention that, anybody that's on the Facebook network, the newly formed SPAN that we, gave the approval to go ahead with at our last meeting, there's starting to be some rumblings going on. And I assume that the SPAN is let me see, handling the negative aspect of it. But I mean, there's gonna be negative anyway, but I think they're moving forward, which is a good thing. Spring, hopefully we'll see some new refreshing artwork. I encourage them, as we did at our last meeting, but it's too bad that we still have the negativity out there on the media. None of them come face to face, but they're all out there. And I wish Span the best of luck, and we'll see what happens shortly, I'm sure. So, that being said, do you want to say anything, Rick?
Tim had a question.
Tim?
Reg, I was just gonna say, hold on a sec. If you can hear me okay.
Yep.
I just sent you that spreadsheet as to the totals of the towns get. And I also sent you the narrative as to how it can be used
Okay,
on that Recovery Act. So if you can share it with the trustees, they can take a look at it. You see it?
yep.
So I just want to let you know I sent those, so. All righty,
Okay, good, thanks, Tim.
welcome, Neil. Have a good evening, gentlemen. We'll see you.
You too, Tim.
Bye.
Thanks. So next item on the agenda, if there's no other necessary business, is entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss a legal matter.
So moved.
Second.
So the motion's been made and seconded to go into executive session to discuss a legal matter. And I'm assuming that's why Betty is here. So all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, so we're in executive session.
You want to say something about the
Okay,
proprietary tax thing?
we're just out of executive session. We just had a discussion, didn't make any decisions. So if there's no other business, I entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting of the Swanton Village Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
We've been moved and seconded to adjourn this meeting for March 22nd, 2021. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, thank you very much for your attention tonight, and good evening. This meeting is over. Thank you.